Hey cuties! So today I'm going to be doing a story time video, a continuation onto the Addicted to Sex chat rooms video. If you did not see that video, this video may not make sense or you might think I'm a complete lunatic. So go ahead and watch that video right here or click it down below. Watch that one first and then watch this one. So here is the story. Where do I start? So I was in these chat rooms at the age of 11, 12, 13-ish. I'm a child. Looking back at it now being 25 years old, I just like cringe and oh my gosh, I just wish I would have known then what I know now, but like I'm a child. I don't know the severity of what could have happened. Okay. Let me say first of all that this story is completely 100% true. Nothing is made up. I am going to change the person's name. We're going to call him Bob for this video. His name wasn't Bob, but we're just going to say that. I was approximately 12, 13 years old here in these chat rooms, and I came across this one person. No pictures or anything like that, just like words, like typing back and forth. And this person was treating me very nicely. They cared of what I had to say. They asked me questions about like how I'm doing and stuff like that, really nice questions. And age never even came into play until maybe like an hour into the conversation. Then he asked me how old I was and I said 17, because if you didn't watch the last video then that won't make sense. I was sick of people just judging me based on age. Like I couldn't have just a normal conversation with people even though I wasn't out there to have sexual conversations. I'm 12 years old. I'm out there to just talk with people, and people wouldn't even talk with me if I said that I was 11 or 12. They were like, bye. So I started lying and being like, I'm 17. So this person started talking with me and I never asked their age, and we were just talking about normal things, and this person was like talking to me for about like 3 hours, and then they asked me if I had MSN. I said yes, so I gave my MSN name and we started talking on MSN. It was no longer in the chat rooms. It was just me and this person. And then we're talking and this person's really nice to me and asking me all these like sweet questions, and nothing sexual at all the first day. The second day we talked all day again, and there was like slight little like kind of cute sexy things that were brought up, like, oh, I would love to give you a bubble bath or massage you or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. If you guys are wondering also what lipstick or lip combo or anything like that, you guys can go watch my Ariana Grande video. That also will be linked down below for you guys because you can get this. Very cutesy and flirty almost, and I really like this guy. Like, I never saw a picture of him, never knew how old he was or anything like that, but he was just so nice. So when you're a child, you see somebody that's paying attention to you. Not every child will do this, but I was kind of like drawn in. About a month down the line, I'm talking to this person every single day, never on the phone, never on webcam, and I consider this person almost like my boyfriend, honestly. I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I have a boyfriend or anything like that to people. I would just be like to myself, like, oh, like my boyfriend. I would write it in my journal, like, oh, he's so cute and he treats me so right, and I would love to meet him one day because I want that in person. He's so nice to me. And then one day I'm like, oh, how old are you? Like literally out of the blue. And he said to me 25, and I was like, oh, that's a little old, because bear in mind I'm like 13 years old. I say the range because it was between like 11 and 13 that I was on these like chat rooms, and with this guy it was approximately like 12 or I don't even know. It was around those age range. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I feel bad now because I lied about my age and I'm actually 12, and that's what I said. I thought he was gonna like leave, and I said like, I'm sorry for lying, but like, you know, that's my real age. And then he said, oh no, that's fine. Do you still want to talk with me? Like, are you still comfortable talking with a 25-year-old? And I said, yeah, that's fine. Like, just talking isn't anything. And he's like, oh, that's good. And we still kept talking. And then slightly, maybe like a few days after that, the conversations got a little bit sexual. It was, I want to do this and this to you, and I want you to do this and this to me. And I was like kind of drawn back. Like, I never really thought those kinds of things. And then this person kind of was like buttering me up, so to speak, like being so sweet, and then going into sexual, easing it in because I was a child. And that's kind of why I paused that I'm making this video, and the same one with the last one, because I have a ton of young viewers who watch me each and every day who are in this age range, close to this age range. It is a dangerous place being on the internet, talking with people you do not know, giving out any information. Please do not do it. Learn from my mistakes. I'm very thankful that nothing serious happened, but let me tell you what the horrible things did happen and could have happened, so to speak. Please be careful on the internet. Do not talk to strangers. Like, honestly, don't do it. I always heard that. I'm like, why? Like, why not talk to strangers? Like, people are just people, but not everyone is out there to have good intentions. And when you are a child, you can be manipulated and you don't even know. Like, I'm 12. I know what's going on, so I think, but really, no. You don't know what the other person wants across the screen. Then we started talking, it started getting slightly sexual, and then one day out of the blue, he's like, I lied to you as well. This was maybe like a week later, and I'm like, oh, about what? Like, I completely forgot about the age thing, and he's like, I'm actually 45 years old, and I'm like, taken by surprise, like, what? Like, I'm 12, you're older than my dad at the time, like, what? And he's like, if you think that's weird or whatever, if you just think it's a number, then bye. He was very, like, manipulating me, controlling me a little bit. He really manipulated me because he said, you know, we had all these good conversations and you liked me before, so why wouldn't you like me now that of my age? Like, that's who I am and you liked me for who I am before. It's just a number. And I was like, hey, yeah, like, I get it. Okay, well, we'll still talk, but I don't want to do any, like, sexual talk anymore. I'm not saying I'm an angel in this in any way, but it was just, looking back on it, I was really manipulated and taken advantage of, and I do not want to see this happening to you guys. Okay, so one day, oh my god, OMG, here we go. I got home from school and I went on to Neopets and I opened up MSN, and when I would log into MSN, he would immediately message me and say like, hey babe, how's it going? This is about maybe a month or 2 months I was talking to this guy, like solid, like we talked all the time, and he didn't message me at all, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I gave it a little while, you know how we do, we just give it a while, and if they don't reply, then ha. So I open up his MSN and I'm like, hey, nothing. How's it going? Nothing. And I'm like, okay then, nothing. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just go play Neopets, and maybe 5 minutes go by and I start getting do-do-do-do-do-do-do, like a whole bunch in a row, and I'm like, what the heck? So I click on it and there are like 7 messages in a row. The first start out with like, kind of like somebody was like hitting the keyboard and pushing enter, almost like there was like a fight or something like that. I don't know, but like kind of like JQRST dot, you know, like kind of like gibberish, and then it started having conversations. You whore, you slut, I hate you, how can you do this to my family? And I'm like, what the hell is going on? This is my dad you're talking to, I'm his daughter, he has a wife who he loves, and you're ruining our family, basically is what she said to me. And I'm like, yeah. So I was like this, oh my god. First of all, he told me he was 25, like I didn't even reply anything, and I was just shocked. Like, what the hell? How am I a whore? Like, I never sent anything, I've never even had sex, I haven't ever touched myself in a sexual way, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my god, like being called like all these names. All of a sudden, like he goes offline and blocks me, and I'm just like, what the hell happened? Okay. So I continue playing Neopets, and the next day, I see him go online and I don't even say anything, and he messages me, hey, dot, and I'm like, hi, dot, and he says to me, I'm so sorry, that was my daughter, I didn't tell you that I had like 3 kids and I'm married, but my divorce is horrible. He started giving me this like big sob story, like my divorce is so bad, it's horrible, we're divorcing, or my marriage is so bad, sorry, we're divorcing, she treats me like shit, she abuses me. He was like going off and saying like everything he could, and I'm like, okay, well, you're married, like I didn't even know that, and I don't want to break up any type of home, even if it's a bad home, a happy home. I don't want me to be the cause of that, and you're like 45 years old and I'm 12. Bye. So then I blocked him off of MSN for a good week, and I did miss him, like miss talking to him, because he gave me like, you know, encouragement and love. So I don't want to say love, like no, not at all, but like he was trying to reel me in, you know. That's what manipulation does, when somebody like pretends that they love you just from that they want something from you, which is like makes me sick that I like felt this way. But good thing it only lasted like 1 or 2 months. Okay, so I unblocked him. I was like, yeah, I understand, but like I'm kind of over it. Like I was kind of like over it at that point. Okay, this is the major time that I want you guys to listen to and take notes, and do not do this. Extremely, extremely dangerous. All right, one of my family members were in town, and we all had it planned to go to, I think it was in like a week or so. I wanted to see how far this guy would go. So I said to him, I'm going out to On this day, this time, be there. Bear in mind, he didn't know what I looked like. He didn't know what hair color I had. Nothing like that. He didn't know at all. I never sent any pictures of myself to him. I never went on webcam with him. He sent me pictures of himself after he told me his real age, 45. He sent me a picture of himself. He was a bigger set guy, sitting on his computer desk, shirt off. He didn't send me any pictures of his downstairs. It was just of his face. He had glasses on. He didn't look like the cleanliest person. I don't know, but I don't judge off looks even back then. So I was like, oh, this guy's like really nice though. But how do I know what this person really wants? So I was like, hey, meet me there. And I never told my mom, never told my dad. And I was not under the intention at all of actually going to meet him. I just wanted to see if he would show up. You know what I mean? To see if he was a real person. So this is extremely dangerous, and it like chills me to think that I actually did this. I literally told him to go there. He's like, hey, I'll book plane flights, and I don't even know where he lived. I think it was like Texas or something like that. So it's a long plane flight. And with my mom and my dad and my brother and our family members, we go there, and he's there, waiting in the lobby, there. And I'm like, holy crap, like he's actually here. And I'm not joking, I'm 100% serious and I'm telling you guys this. And I've told my boyfriend this, I've told my mom this, like this is actually what I did when I was a kid, and I felt so bad for doing this for a few years. Like I felt horrible. Like he went on a plane flight and came here for me, and I completely ditched him, and I felt bad. And then I'm like, you know what, like I don't know what he's planning on doing with me or to me or anything, and I have no idea what the hell's going on. So I just was like, oh my god. He was, you know, he looked around, didn't look at me specifically, just doesn't know what I look like or anything. So I'm like, holy crap, like OMG. And I told him that I'd be wearing like a red shirt and something. I don't remember exactly what I told him, but I wore the exact opposite that day so that he wouldn't confuse me with that person. So we went in, we ate, and I never saw him after that. And then when I got home, he had blocked me off MSN, and then about a week later, he unblocked me. I can't believe you didn't show up. That's so rude of you. Then I completely stopped talking to him. That's when I saw the show Dateline, How to Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen, and I was like blown away. I touched on this a little bit in the chat room story, but I was like, oh my god, like this could have happened to me. Like what could have happened to me? This is horrible. Like I can't believe I did that at all. Like I feel sick to my stomach. I actually saw this guy in real life. Thank God I didn't act on it. And then I started searching his name because I knew his first and last name. I knew what he looked like. So I was looking him up because his screen name was his first and last name, like mine wasn't. And he was actually arrested for numerous counts of child pornography, kidnapping, and sex acts on a minor, like all these different charges, and he got put in prison. And I was like, what? Like that's slightly kind of why I guess I've had anxiety in my early days. Like thinking about it now, like honestly makes me sick to my stomach. And this is why I'm warning you guys, like, oh my god, I'm just so happy I completely stopped. And it's just horrible and disgusting to think about what people will do. But also like, I could have just have not went on there. You know what I mean? I could have just said no. I didn't have to talk to this person. I could have told my mom. She would have flipped out and deleted everything I had with him. And it's just scary how children can be manipulated and controlled within like a month or two. And think like this person is like their everything and oh, he's so sweet. And I really feel bad for that family, the daughters and the wife, for everything that happened. And from you guys, I want you to take from this story. Know the dangers of the internet. The internet can be scary, dangerous. People can lose their lives. People can have a heartbreak, a lifetime of sadness, struggles, and whatever else. So please take this to heart. I am not bragging about this title in any way or being like, ah ha ha, or laughing about it. I mean, sometimes I look back, I'm like, oh my god, like did I really do that? But deep down, it's not a laughing matter. It's quite serious. And all I want to do is encourage you guys to be safe and make smart decisions. Don't do what I do, but learn from that. And that was my story. The key thing is not to think like what could have happened. You think of what did happen and what you can change now. You don't say like, oh, I could have been do. No, you think of like, now I'm happy, I'm in a good place, I'm glad I stopped it, and I'm glad I'm safe and happy. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time video. Thumbs up if you guys want more story time videos. My story time videos are 100% true, real, and honest, and they are from the heart, and most of them I do is because I want to help you guys. So, I love you all. I hope you have a great day. Bye, kitties!